Jerry Lawler doing sitting there at the desk that is usually occupied by Dave Brown? I'm asking myself the same question right now, but I can guarantee you one thing. Dave is out on vacation. This is his last week that he'll be gone. He will be back next week, and I can assure you after he sees my performance out here, he may come back before next week. But anyway, we're going to try to do the best we can sitting in today for Dave Brown. And I have along with me a very close personal friend of mine and an employee, of course, of Channel 5 TV, Mr. Bob McLean. How about a big round of applause for Bob? Thank you. Bob is here with us today. All right.
All right. Thank you, Jerry. Great to be with you. You know, we have been friends for, geez, I guess 15 or 20 years or so.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't tell them how long.
We met, of course, when we were in kindergarten. And,
right, exactly.
But this is the first time that we've had to work together, and it's great to be here with you.
I'm looking forward to it. This is my first opportunity ever to be behind this desk that has usually been occupied by Lance Russell and Dave Brown and a few others, and so we're going to see what we can do today. And there are going to be some great matches. Tell us about some of the matches we're going to see today.
Sure will, Jerry. We do have some great matches for you coming up this afternoon. We've got the Blackbirds, Lou Fabiano, and Rick Morton. They're going to be going against each other. That should be a great match. That's one that a lot of people have been wanting to see. A little bit later on, also, we're going to be hearing from Dutch Mantell. I was talking to Dutch a little bit earlier. Well, see, yeah, just...
They still remember Dirty Dutch Mantell.
Yeah, just the mere mention of his name, you know, immediately causes a reaction.
But Bob, you know, the big match of the day that we want to mention without any further ado, it's not often that you have a title match here on television, but the CWA Heavyweight Championship that is held by Black Bart is going to be on the line today with none other than Dustin Rhodes is going to be taking over. You're going to see that title match right here today live on TV. Also a big six-man tag later on in the evening.
It's going to be
later
a
on in
great
the
show.
It's going to be big. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with it in just a minute. Stay with us. Here along with Bob McLean, and we're getting ready for a big, well, a lot of big action. We already have Ricky Morton, Lou Fabiano. This is something I've been looking forward to, is ringing this bell.
That's going to be a... Hey, look who's here.
Eddie Marlin with us. Yeah. I love this. I get to do interviews and all this stuff. Eddie Marlin's here. What, Eddie?
I've got a little problem. I appreciate you coming out and co-hosting the show while Dave's gone on vacation, and I think you've done a heck of a job.
Why do I have the feeling he's about to say, but?
Yeah, what?
But half the wrestlers back in the back refuse to come out and wrestle while you're sitting out here. So they have to wash their hands.
Like who? I guess Ronnie Gossett or somebody like that?
Well, just about half of the wrestlers that's here. I told the wrestlers that you would be Jerry Lawler, the TV announcer and commentator today. You wouldn't be Jerry Lawler, the wrestler. But they said me telling them is not like the real thing happening. So if you promise the guys that you'll sit here and not interfere regardless of what happens, we might can get by with it.
Okay, all right. Now, this is something that you and I talked about before the show. Let me make this clear, and I told you that I would agree to that. As far as this as far as the show lasts today, as you said, I won't be Jerry Lawler the wrestler. I'll be Jerry Lawler the show host. I won't, no matter what goes on over there, I'm not to get involved.
Regardless.
Hey, that's fine with me.
And Eddie,
behind this desk.
I've known Jerry long enough that I think that I can attest to the fact that he's very capable of separating himself from what goes on in the ring and what goes on out here. So if you don't mind, let Jerry's doing a great job.
I told the wrestlers, if you'll tell them, then I'm sure I'll be able to get them out here.
I'm telling you right now, I'll stay behind the desk no matter what takes place out here.
I don't think there's.
I want to ring this bell is what I want.
I wonder who's really behind it.
All right, get him out here.
I gotta wonder, Jerry, who's really behind that kind of,
well, I'm sure guys,
that kind of allegation.
Probably just guys like this that are fixing to come out here. The Blackbirds,
I suspect you're right.
Parsons, of course, Brickhouse Brown, and their manager, Harold Harris. These are the kind of guys who don't want to be too close to anybody.
Well, that's true enough, and very few want to be close to them as well.
Yeah. Well, there they are.
You hear the reaction from the crowd. Yeah, as the Blackbirds come in talking it up and immediately proceed to give my co-host here on the show, Jerry Lawler, a bad time. Jerry, I don't know why. I mean, you've been as impartial and unbiased as any announcer that I've ever seen. I don't think these guys have any legitimate room for complaint.
Well, you know, I'm not saying that I wouldn't like to jump up and put a fist up beside a few of those heads, but as far as today goes, I've promised Eddie Marlin that I will not get involved no matter what happens.
Well,
so I'm just going to sit here with you today. Hey, first match, how about the introductions there?
Okay, it sounds good. Now, the Blackbirds have already managed to concentrate their attention and shift it from Jerry Lawler. Here we go, the Blackbirds taking on Lou Fabiano and Rick Morton. And it's Rick out first.
You know, Bob, Rick Morton, of course, has made a name for himself, not just here in the Mid-South area, but all over the wrestling world as being one half, along with Robert Gibson, of the, I guess, one of the most famous tag teams of all time, the Rock and Roll Express. And he still carries on that tradition.
Well, he comes out flying. Now, Morton says,
I don't think the Blackbirds won any of that.
It doesn't look that way. Rick is issuing a challenge to him from the center of the ring and saying, hey, come on, you guys. And they don't seem to be too responsive at this point,
what's
Jerry.
real interesting about this is the fact that the Blackbirds have said that they want to prove that they're the greatest tag team. They wanted to get a hold of Ricky Morton because he was part of the Rock and Roll Express and show him what they could do. Matter of fact, I think we have some words from the Blackbirds. Let's listen to what these guys had to say.
Well, now, boys, we seem to have a problem with a little nut by the name of Ricky Morton. He can't seem to find a partner, you know. He's running around with his little ginger beer by the name of Jeff Jarrett, and he's found a Dwidget from Australia, Bill Dundee. He can't seem to find a partner. He had one, but he lost that one.
He was then disposed of. Let me tell you something, Ricky Morton. You and your former tag team partner used to be the Rock and Roll Express. You got a lot of record sets. But let me tell you something right now. The Blackbirds are breaking every rule around and breaking all the records. And we're going to break your body, too. Tell him, Ice. All I got to tell you is this. You used to be tag team partners. Hell, you ain't even together no more. So what that tell you? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. As far as I'm concerned, or should I say the Blackbirds concerned, you just like Hubba Bubba, not a speck of trouble.
Well, there you have it from those guys. A lot of strong comments about Ricky Morton, the Rock and Roll Express.
Well, of course, they've got a long way to go to back that up. You know, it's one thing to talk about it. It's quite another to do it. Lou Fabiano now again. Oh, wow. Oh, he caught one there, Jerry. I think that Rick would like to have an opportunity to get back in. He's chomping at the bit over there. Well, Lou doesn't have an opportunity to get over to him.
Brickhouse Brown with a couple of left jabs and then that big right hand. When they get an opponent down like this, I mean, you can just look at those guys. You can tell that they delight. I mean, they literally delight in keeping one man in at a time, and they love the look on Rick Morton's face right now because it's a look of frustration. They know that he'd love to be in there helping his partner, but see,
and here they go again.
It's a tag, and then they keep the other man in. Oh, a big double clothesline.
That's got to hurt. That's got to hurt. Lou is having some problems now.
Whoa, all right, he got out of the way of that one.
Yeah, he got a break. He managed to have enough of his wits about him still, but he was able to roll out, and now he's trying to crawl across. He's got Rick. He's got Rick Morton, and here comes Morton flying back into the ring against the Blackbirds, letting them fly and pounding them down.
Oh, all right. Now Ricky Morton's showing a little bit of what the Rock and Roll Express was all about.
This is the kind of style.
You see this Harold Harris guy?
And now Rick is coming out of the ring, and he's going after Harris, who grabbed Rick's ankle and pulled him down. And there's the bell. There's the bell as Rick goes flying. And the Blackbirds sucker punch him and then drop on top of him. And Rick is in some trouble now.
Here's what I'm talking about with these jerks like this Harold Harris, his manager. First he trips the guy.
Now it looks like he wants to take the cane to him. The Blackbirds holding him off. Harris, comes off the ropes and lets him have it with the cane. It looked like he got Rick. Did he get him in the chest or did he get him in the throat, Jerry?
Well, I'm sure he went right for the throat. That's the kind of jerk this guy is. There's a double headbutt by the Blackbird.
And here comes some help. All right. Jeff Jarrett leads into the fray. And not a moment too soon, as Rick Morton's partner, Lou Fabiano, was still down and hurt. Rick, he grabs the chair. Rick, I think, had intended as the destination for that chair. The flight path would have been towards Harris, I believe.
Ricky, that's the kind of jerks they are when it's 2 or 3 on 1.
Let me say one thing, Jay. You know, somebody told me about all the things they said about Rick Morton when I was in the ring. They said that I had no partner, that I have nothing. But let me tell you one thing. rock and roll is forever. And Harold Harris, I don't care what it takes, brother. Sooner or later, and it's going to be much sooner or later, I'm going to get my hands on you, jerk.
All right. Okay. Rick Morton obviously very upset at the interference from the Blackbirds manager, and you can certainly understand why. Nobody likes to be sucker punched, especially with a cane.
Well, that's exactly right. That's why I say, you know, the sooner we can do away with jerks like Harold Harris and Ronnie P. Gossett, the better off we'll all be as far as wrestling goes. Hey, let's take a break. With the winner of that, Lou Fabiano and Ricky Morton, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Wednesday night, 7:30, Riverside Downs, 6 big matches. You're going to see the Master Payne going against Plowboy Frazier, the Battle of the Brutes, the Wild Side against Doug Gilbert and Headbanger Ed. Then Freddie will go against the Zombie with Ronnie P. Gossett IV. The Superstar Bill Dundee and Dustin Rhodes against Black Bart and the Dirty White Boy. Then a grudge tag team battle for the Kentucky State Tag Team titles. The Blackbirds with Harris facing the Rock and Roll Express. Then the main event, unified world title match, Jerry the King Lawler against Bam Bam Bigelow with Ronnie P. Gossett IV.
Let me tell you something, Plowboy Frazier, Boxcar Willie, me and the Master of Pain, we derail big freight cars. And Jerry Lawler, you're not the only magician of the wrestling business that can come up with tricks. I have dug up a big surprise for you, Freaky Freddy, with my Zombie. And the main event, my man, the Big Bam Bammer Bigelow, will take that belt away from you, Lawler, in a heartbeat. Listen to what Mr. Bigelow had to say.
So now, I'm asking you, Jerry the King Lawler, I want one more shot, Lawler, at that title. I want you to put your title up. I don't want no referees. I don't want no DQ, no disqualification, no whatever. It doesn't matter because I don't need rules. I don't need regulations.
Jerry Lawler, you say Bam Bam Bigelow's the toughest opponent you ever faced. That's the only time you've ever told the truth. He's going to take that world title away from you in Henderson, Kentucky, and you can take it to the bank.
I'm sure that Jerry the King Lawler have plenty to say about that. That's Wednesday night, Riverside Downs, 7:30 p.m. 6 big matches, and believe me, they are all main events. We'll see you there Wednesday night.
Well, we're going to see if we can get the Master of Pain in here right now, and after his encounters with Dutch Mantel, I understand that he's in a pretty foul mood.
Now, look who's come strolling into the studio now. Here is the Master of Pain, snatching off his headband and going right after Freezer Thompson. Bill hadn't even run yet. There it goes. And
well, I think that's my fault, Bob. He was saying ring it, and I just... oh, my gosh.
Wow.
He ran his head straight into that mat. Tell you what, if we can, we had some words from the Master of Pain. Let's hear what he's got to say about the situation with Dutch Mantel.
Okay. We'll do that in just 1 second, Jerry. We've got that tape coming up. Look out, Freezer. Oh, in big trouble.
Gosh, a big suplex. And that Freezer Thompson goes close to 400 pounds. Master of Pain lifts him up like he's a feather there. Well, I'll tell you what, now we'll listen to we'll listen to the Master of Pain talking about Dutch Mantel.
Dutch Mantel, you're an even bigger moron than I can imagine. No time limit, no disqualification. You imbecile, that's this man's type of match. Do you realize what he spent 4 years in the federal prison for? Exactly what you're going to get. They can't stop the match. There's got to be a winner. This is our match. Tell him, Pain.
You know, Mantel, you're stupider than what I gave you credit for. 4 years, brother. That's everyday life for me, man. You know, you were going around, you was telling everybody I wrote the book on how to be dirty. Well, brother, they don't send you to prison for 4 years for being a Boy Scout, man. Hey, no time limit, no rules. Lace them up tight. Because, brother, that's my kind of match, and you won't come out walking.
That's exactly right.
Well, there you see. Now, here's Ronnie P. Gossett out here, just like the situation with Harold Harris.
Jerry, I don't know if the folks had an opportunity to see the part of the screen on the center there, but while that interview was going on, Ronnie P. Gossett came over, grabbed Freezer Thompson, who'd been thrown out by the Master of Pain, and sucker punched him while he was out of the ring.
Yeah, I see it, Gossett.
Uh-huh.
But they may be biting off more than they can chew. Now what's Gossett going to do? Wait a minute here.
He's climbing through the ropes and getting into the ring. He may be biting off more than he's chewing here, but
maybe he's trying to stop.
I think he feels like
he's trying to pull a guy off of him.
Yeah, that's a first in and of itself.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Gossett's going to help.
I don't like the looks of this. No, I don't like the looks of this.
Oh, he's just going to hold him.
Now the Master of Pain is climbing up to the top. Jerry Lawler is ringing the bell, trying to get him to stop. The Master of Pain sees that he's got a little more to contend with here than he bargained for. You heard the supersonic crack of the bullwhip as it steps through the air. And here comes Dutch Mantell, who is going to be talking with Jerry right now.
All righty. You're doing a great job out here, Jerry. I can't imagine anybody that don't want you out here. If they don't want you out here, I imagine they can pack their bags and just get on down the road.
That's right.
That's what I'd say. Well, let me tell you one thing, Payne. How much time he spent in prison? He said 4 years.
I think so.
I should get 15 for letting him in the business. That's what I ought to get. But let me tell you one thing, Payne. You run around with that big, fat Gossett. You got to roll him everywhere, and you got to feed him, and you got to have it. I know it's telling on your nerves. And I've said it once, and I'm going to say it again. This town right here, it ain't big enough for all three of us, and somebody's going to have to move over. Now, I've moved over a lot of time, but Payne, you're going to be doing some moving. Now, Gossett, you're going to be doing some moving. No time limit, no DQ, must be a winner, no stopping the match. And if that ain't pretty well cut and dried, I don't know what is. But, Payne, I'm going to be looking you right in your eyes, and I want you to be looking me right in my eyes, and we're going to see who the best man is. And like I said, can the teacher beat the student? And you got lucky one time, but Payne, luck runs out real quick, and you know that. I know that. You know that. All these people know that. And Payne, I'm going to say one thing. I got a real big surprise for you, and I'm going to let you see it firsthand the next time we step in the ring. Thank you very much.
A surprise? Hey, Dutch, well, he mentioned a surprise, Jerry, but he walked off before he could give us any idea of what he was referring to.
I don't know, but I can assure you, I know Dutch Mantell well enough to know that when he says he's got a surprise for Gossett and for the Master of Pain, it's something that those guys aren't going to enjoy.
He's not a man to make idle threats. There's no question about it.
You know, Master of Pain and Gossett are talking about how rough and tough they are, but when you get a guy like Dutch in a match where there is no time limit, no disqualification, the referee can't stop the match for blood, no matter what takes place, believe me, I think those guys, no matter how big they are, they bit off more than they can chew.
That's about as serious as it gets.
You're not kidding. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more right after these words.
Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m., Riverside Downs, 6 big matches, all main events. The Master Pain going against Plowboy Frazier. Battle of the Brutes. You'll see the Wild Side against Doug Gilbert and Headbanger Ed. Freddie going against the Zombie with Roddy P. Gossett. The Superstar, Bill Dundee, Dustin Rhodes against Black Bart and the Dirty White Boy. Then a grudge tag team battle for the Kentucky State Tag Team titles. The Blackbirds with Harris against the Rock and Roll Express. Then the big main event, a unified world title match. Jerry the King Lawler going against Bam Bam Bigelow with Ronnie P. Gossett IV.
Freddie, you've been a thorn in my side. You've been running around trying to give me a heart attack, and I'm going to show you that you and Lawler are not the only magician with a bag of tricks. I dug up an old friend, and I'm going to show him to you, Lawler. And Freddie, no, I'll wait. I'm going to bring this thing down to ringside, and when I open it up, you ain't going to like what gets out.
Don't miss this all-star card, Riverside Downs, 7:30. That's this Wednesday night.
Maybe rubbing your eyes and wondering what the heck is going on there. Of course, I'm Jerry Lawler, and we're sitting in today, and next to me is Bob McLean. We're here today because Dave Brown is on vacation. He will be back next week. And
thanks for inviting me. Great to be here on the show today to join all these great folks in the studio with us. And I picked a great day to come, a day with a CWA title match.
Yeah, it's going to be a big match coming up a little bit later on. But right now, we want to talk about an incident that took place, or not an incident, a match that took place down in Memphis, Tennessee, the Mid-South Coliseum. Between, we talked about Dutch Mantell and Master Pain being former partners. Well, it was a match between myself and a guy that I had just recently been partners with, and that was Bam Bam Bigelow. And I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever pass a guy out on the street, it looks like he weighs about 400 pounds, and he's got a bald head with tattoos on it, Believe me, don't mess with this guy, because he'll kill you until the good Lord you died. Believe me, I'm telling you, this guy is a monster. Now, I want to thank whoever edited this film, because it really makes it look like I had a little bit of the upper hand occasionally. But when I was in the match, I didn't feel like I had the upper hand any at all. But we're going to show you some highlights of a match between myself and Bam Bam. And as I said before, people have asked me, what's your toughest match? Who's been your toughest opponent? You're fixing to see it right now. So this was in Memphis, Tennessee at the Mid-South Coliseum. Take a look at this.
Lawler right now getting the beating of his life. What an awesome right hand at Bigelow. Now we're out again. Here comes Bigelow. Hammers Lawler on the ring apron again. Throws a bell out of the way. He's getting the table. Bigelow picked her table up. Lifted it like he didn't weigh anything. Hammers Lawler head first right on top of the table. Now he grabs Lawler. Rams Lawler in. Head first right into the table. Everybody out of the ring on the concrete. Bigelow now rams in. The table almost demolished. Lawler quickly reverses it on Bigelow. Reaches out for the chair. Lawler's got a chair now. Unbelievable. Grabs Bigelow, rolls him in. Finally, we're back. Lawler now said payback time. But look at this guy, Bigelow. Like, no, it doesn't faze me. A left from a... Well, Bigelow's eye cut now. Now we're even. What a right Bigelow put on the key. And another one. Lawler said, yeah, I can take him too, Bigelow. Listen, here's the strap. Down goes the strap. Look at these two guys go. Look at Lawler come back. Bam! Down goes Bigelow. Bam! Lawler gloving Bigelow. I don't know if that was a tooth or what. Lawler really got him good. Sliding across with a drop kick. He rams Bigelow right into that steel rail fence. Here we come. Lawler up in the chain fence. Now here comes Bigelow and Lawler again. Lawler over the top out on the concrete floor. Unbelievable. Ring it. Ring the bell. The referee.
Wow.
I want to tell you, and it went on and on after that. And,
well, you said the match started in the Coliseum in Memphis. I think it ended up towards Dyersburg. It looked like, didn't it?
It went a long time and a long way. And when I watched that back, I'm amazed that I'm here today. But as I said, Bam Bam Bigelow, toughest man that I've ever been in the ring against.
Well,
I can assure you that.
I can certainly understand why. I mean, you busted the bottom out of the chair. That table lifted up. What's that table weigh?
Oh, it has to weigh like a couple of 100 pounds. He lifted up like it's feather. I mean, you know, here I weigh 234 pounds. Some of the things that weren't seen in the match. I mean, he would literally pick me up like a feather and throw me around the ring. It's amazing. It is. You're right. That's the word, scary. I'll tell you what. Let's take a real quick break, and we'll be back with more right after this. That title match coming up.
Jerry,
ready for this.
Maybe we have the distractions out of the way now. We got Perez out of here. We got Ronnie Gossett out of here, at least for the moment.
And we
can
have
proceed
Dustin
with the
Rhodes
business.
in here. That's right.
That's right. There's the big guy right there.
This is a young man that, of course, everybody knows his father, Dusty Rhodes.
Right.
And hey, whoa.
Fair Lord, I want you to eyewitness the stomping that this snot-nosed punk is fixing to take. He tries to act like his daddy. He tries to walk like his daddy. I'm going to whoop him just like I whooped his daddy. He will not leave this building with this belt. And there ain't a dead-gum thing you can do about it or him.
Okay, well, we're about to see if Black Bart can back up his words. Now you see what the announcers have to contend with,
Well, I
Jared.
tell you, it's not an easy job, is it?
Well, there are moments that make it worthwhile, but dealing with the likes of Black Bart and Ronnie Gossett
let's
are
get
not
that
among
branding
those
iron out of
moments.
there, Gossett.
Yeah, I notice that Gossett's keeping it handy.
Boy, here it is. The belt's at stake. Nothing Dustin Rhodes would like better than to be able to
Here we go, and there's the bell for the CWA title match.
And win that coveted Southern heavyweight title right there.
Fighting for an advantage. None obvious yet.
I bet you freeloaders go down there.
Now Bart puts him into the ropes, misses. Dustin Rhodes right back and slams him down. Oh, got a 1 count out of it.
I'll tell you what, this Black Bart, ordinarily when he's in the ring, the guys he's going against, he's got a big size and weight advantage. But if you'll take a look, I believe Dustin Rhodes is an inch or two taller than Black Bart.
I think you're right, Jerry. I believe he's not only taller, but the weight that he has, I suspect, is better distributed, too.
Yeah. Black Bart's trying to get him into a little test of strength, and I think Dustin Rhodes is thinking better of it. Whoa, watch it there. Ow! He got that big patented elbow.
Right back with the elbow on the crown of the skull. Ref steps in. It's okay.
See, there's a few things going through the mind of Black Bart. Not only does he not want to lose that title, he doesn't even want to look bad at any point in the match during a guy like Dustin Rhodes, because he looks on Dustin Rhodes with total contempt. He doesn't, I mean, you know, he hated his father.
Right.
And he doesn't think that Dustin probably even has a place in the same ring with him.
Yeah, there's no question that it is personal to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, there he went.
Nice move by Dustin. Comes back with a flying drop kick and takes him down again. 2 in a row. Goes for the pin. 1. Black Bart rolled out.
Ooh.
Watch your language,
Blue
Bart.
language there, yeah. Dustin's going to have to weaken a guy like Black Bart down quite a bit more than a couple of drop kicks to get a pin on him, but he's got a 30-minute time limit on this match. He could do it.
It's like Dustin caught one in the eye there.
Uh-oh.
A warning from the referee. Ooh, right into the turnbuckle.
Now Gossett's happy. I see whenever Black Bart has the upper hand, see that sadistic little smile on Gossett's face. Oh,
wow.
Goodness. He almost took his head off with that clothesline.
Yeah, he clotheslined him good. Dustin is trying to get his wits back about him, and here comes Bart ready to unload on him again.
The thing about one of those clotheslines is, drop him right across that top rope.
Oh.
Not only do you get the blast from the guy's forearm as he collars you right around the neck there,
right.
But the next thing that happens is the back of your head bounces off that mat, and it's just like a 1-2 whammy, and boy, you're nearly out.
Yeah, you talk about a whiplash.
Yeah. There's a crowd behind Dustin trying to get him into it.
Had him by the hair.
Ooh-wee, those big broad arms, that's like 300 pounds coming down right across your chest. Gossett, why don't you sit down somewhere?
He's got a very limited vocabulary.
Yeah.
Earlier he called me a 10-cent announcer. Now he calls you a 10-cent commentator.
Yeah. He's one of those guys with $1 million body and a 10-cent brain. The only way Gossett will ever be worth anything is if they start selling people by the pound.
Well, you know, if you could buy Gossett for what he thinks he's worth and sell him for what he's really worth, you'd lose a lot of money.
I believe he's got him. Come on, he got out of that.
Did he snap out? He got that shoulder up. But Black Bart still has control.
I love to see the look on a guy's face like Bart's when he thinks he's got the match in hand, and then at that last second, a guy kicks out.
Oh, right through the top rope.
Sit down, Gossett. Here comes that jerk Gossett again. Take this belt and bust him right across the head with it if you get a chance. Watch it, Dustin.
Yeah, here comes Black Bart.
Watch yourself here.
Heads up. Oh! Right over top of our announce table. And Dustin is going to have to try and collect himself. And here comes Bart again, grabbing him by the hair. Look out. Well, Jerry, I guess they did a pretty good job of demolishing our announce position here. All right, Dustin comes back with a drop.
I hope he kicked his teeth out.
Bart hits the deck hard.
Come on.
Into the ropes, and there's the elbow.
Yeah, look at the look on Gossett's face now.
He's not too pleased with this turn of events, is he?
Bulldog, this one. Oh, no.
Oh!
He blasted him right in the referee.
Oh.
Hey, Gossett, put the branding iron down.
Gossett's got the branding iron and hands it into Black Bart while the ref is down. He's hurt.
Oh, look at that. All right.
Dustin rolls away from that just in time, but here comes Bart again with a branding iron.
All right, Dustin Rhodes had the branding iron.
Now, here's a switch.
Put it right across
Here's a switch.
Look out, there's Calhoun now.
Now the referee.
Watch Gossett, watch Gossett. What are you doing, Gossett?
Hey, Bart's got something in his hand. Look out. I'll tell you.
Put powder in his face. Come on, Calhoun.
Oh, jeez. Well, what can you say? You saw it. Now Gossett climbs into the ring. I'm surprised that Gossett could get into the ring. It's only a 90-minute show. It seems like it's taking longer than that.
Calhoun the powder in the face. Look at that.
He's trying to show Calhoun that Black Bart.
Yeah. What do you think happened?
Yeah, okay. And the evidence is obvious. It's, he's got Gossett down and he's trying to choke him. He's got him throttled.
The dirty white boy.
CWB is in there. Calhoun has been thrown out of the ring. This is just a melee.
Oh, my gosh, he got the branding iron.
Black Bart's got... Oh!
Wow.
Oh. Dustin Rhodes
busted him right
hit over the head with a branding iron. Now the dirty white boy is going to work him over a little bit as Gossett just looks on, and Black Bart gets ready to hit him another shot with a branding iron. Oh!
Oh, man, they busted his head wide open with a branding iron.
He is really...
Come on!
Where is Calhoun? Jerry,
is there somebody somebody that needs some help out here?
Somebody is... Here comes Bill Dundee.
Come on, get it!
He lets Gossett have it as Dustin Rhodes is down and is he's in bad shape. Here comes Black Bart with a branding iron.
You got them good crowd that you saw over here, and you kept your trap shut and kept your nose out of our business. That's Black Bart, White Boy, and Ronnie Gossett.
That'll be great.
So this has still got a little bit of hair. Bill Dundee and Dustin Rhodes are history every time they step in the ring with us.
I wonder if his daddy would be proud of him right now. Take a good look.
Well,
yeah, who would be proud of you?
Yeah.
What did you accomplish? You had to use a branding iron.
It's obvious, Jerry, that Dustin is really shaken. He's having difficulty keeping his feet.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break and see if we can get somebody else in here to help Dustin out here. We'll be right back.
Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m., Riverside Downs. 6 big matches are all main event matches. The Master Payne against Plowboy Frazier. The Battle of the Brutes. The Wild Side against Doug Gilbert and Headbanger Ed. Freddie going against the Zombie with Roddy P. Gossett IV. Then the superstar Bill Dundee and Dustin Rhodes against Black Bart and the Dirty White Boy.
As you see, Roger, with a branding iron and 2-on-1, Black Bart and Dirty White Boy is awful tough. Well, it'll be 2 this week, brother.
You didn't take care of me like you wanted to. Superstar Billy Dundee and Dustin Rhodes are going to take care of you, Black Bart, Dirty White Boy, in Henderson, Kentucky.
then you're going to see a big grudge tag team battle for the Kentucky State Tag Team titles. The Blackbirds with Heralds against the Rock and Roll Express.
It's been a long time since rock and roll. And Henderson, you know, myself and Robert Gibson, what we can do. You're the one that started, and we're going to be the one to finish it. Because your mouth is full of check. I don't think you're behind King Cash, big boy.
Then the big main event, Jerry the King Lawler, Bam Bam Bigelow with Gossett in a unified world title match.
You know, Roger, I don't know exactly what Ronnie P. Gossett said or what he did or what he is paying to Bam Bam Bigelow to get Bam Bam's mind to where it's at. But I do know that this Wednesday night at Riverside Downs, I'm going to be facing eyeball to eyeball a man that I was recently partners with. And a lot of people have asked me over the years, who's the toughest man you've ever been in the ring against? And I'll tell you right now, I'm not ashamed to say, it's Bam Bam Bigelow. He's the biggest, he's the strongest, and obviously he's the meanest. And as if that's not bad enough, now he's going to have this big fat jerk, Ronnie P. Gossett, in his corner. Well, let me just tell you right off the bat, Gossett, if you've got any intentions, any ideas whatsoever interfering in this match, I'll run my fist so far down your throat they'll need a crane to pull it out, brother. And Bam Bam Bigelow, you're getting one shot and one shot only at this world title. You better make it good.
This is a wild one, Henry. I was going to say, this has been quite a morning and afternoon.
And it's not over yet. We still have another big match coming up.
That's right.
We want everybody out there and everybody out here to watch real quick. We have a couple of words. You've heard him mentioned here, Headbanger Ed. Doug Gilbert mentioned him a little bit earlier. Let's take a look. We had a special interview. I don't know if anybody remembers this guy named Dennis Carluzza from up in Philadelphia. He's an attorney we had some trouble with back during the, gosh, it's been a few months back. But anyway, here's an interview sent in by Headbanger Ed. Take a look at this.
Okay.
Headbanger Ed. I've heard that he hates country music. He's coming down to the South to do away with it. But
I don't know about him.
Coming up now.
This is going to be something. Look at these names coming in here. Jeff Jarrett, Bill Dundee,
you're real proud of that, huh?
Freddie, Dutch Mantell, Chris Champion, Doug Gilbert, Dirty White Boy. 8-man tag team match.
Boy, this should be a good one. I'll tell you what, we don't want to waste any time. Let's get this bell rung. Get these guys ready to go here.
And here we go. Bill Dundee.
Bill Dundee would like to get his hands on a Dirty White Boy right now.
There is no question.
Wait to do that. Keith Eric squaring off with Dundee. Nice arm drag, and Dundee telling him, go ahead and tag that Dirty White Boy in. Now, I think Dirty White Boy says he'll take a little bit of him.
Well, this ought to be interesting as DWB gets in there against Dundee.
Oh, here they
and they flail away against each other. Dundee definitely taking control and now getting a little assistance. There's a slap as Dundee goes out and Dutch Mantell is in, and now DWB turns it around on Dutch. Into the corner, but missed. Couldn't capitalize on that.
Just stay out of this corner over this way, Dutch, is all you got to remember to do.
Yeah, this is not the area that you want to get into. Jarrett comes in and takes control, and there's the tag. I think it caught Jarrett a little bit by surprise, but he recovers nicely. And now he tags Dundee, who comes in and takes over, and immediately assumes the same wrist lock.
Oh, there's Freddie. The fans are calling for him. Whoa, he missed him.
Freddie is...
For everybody.
Wow.
Even the referee better watch out when that guy gets in there.
gives Freddie some room service.
Tell you what you got to watch out about Freddie if he ever goes for that claw. You don't want to be anywhere around.
There is no question.
Backdrop.
Wow. Here comes Dutch. Watch yourself here, Dutch.
Poor Keith Eric is being the victim of, wow, some quick double teaming over there, or maybe I should say quadruple teaming. Have they got him? Oh, they did.
Wow. Dundee and the Dirty White Boys still continue to exchange words after the match is concluded. And meanwhile, over here in this corner, Jerry, the guys are shrugging their eyes, saying, hey, we never even got a chance to get in there.
Chris Champion and Doug Gilbert, either one of them actually got in the ring.
They never had a chance to break a sweat.
That's a good strategy by Jeff and Dutch and Bill and Freddie. They keep that one man in there and work him over continuously until they can get a pin.
There is no question that they really laid into it.
And I'll tell you, okay, there's your winners, Freddie and Bill Dundee, Jeff Jarrett, and Dutch Mantell. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more after this.
Show.
Ropes. Nobody wants to tag in when Freddie's in there.
Yeah, and I can't blame him.
Oh, he's after the referee. That'll cost him a disqualification if he's not careful.
Dundee tells Freddie, hey, just back off a little bit here now and get carried away.
Keith can't find anybody that'll give him a hand when he's in there with Freddie. You're going to have to go it alone there, Keith.
Champion, Gilbert, the Dirty White Boy. Nobody is real anxious. Well, okay.
Whoa, Chris Champion blindsided. It's having very little effect on Freddie, looks like. Look out.
Champion can't believe this. He's given Freddie his best shots and nothing's happened. And he goes up, over, and out. And right into one of our cameras.
Clear out. Oh, listen, now the Dirty White Boy's trying to get a disqualification out of this.
Freddie's saying, come on, come on. Nobody appears too anxious to get in there, Jerry. Champion can't find any takers from his own teammates.
He's had all he wants of him. Now the Dirty White Boy is kind of forced in there, I guess.
Yeah. He was left with very little choice. The Dirty White Boy seems puzzled by what he's going to do against Freddie.
All of his partners are hollering, go get him, but... Now Dirty White Boy would rather have some of Bill Dundee, I think.
Look out, they're sneaking over the ropes now and going for Freddie, but they quickly changed their minds.
Oh, now
here comes the Dirty White Boy from behind and blindsides Freddie into the ropes and nothing. Freddie is just flailing away with right hands. At least he hasn't brought that claw out yet.
I'll tell you, that's what you really got to watch from him. Dundee got a cover. He may have him. Nope.
Dirty White Boy manages to chip out of it. Oh. Gives Dundee a shot to the head and another.
If you watch, every Dirty White Boy and Black Bart, they both tape their knuckles, and I wouldn't be... Wow, he walked right into that big foot. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys don't have a little more on there than tape.
Yeah.
Here's the Dutchman.
Considering the people you're talking about, we can hardly put it past them based on character, right?
Exactly right.
Wow.
Nearly slammed him right through the floor there, didn't he?
Dirty White Boy had a dazed expression on his face after that one.
Still, has Doug Gilbert been in yet?
I don't recall seeing him in there, Jerry.
Well, they got him in the corner now, though. This is what you got to avoid when
they're working like this. They're working Dutch over.
Trying to come around from the outside, but they're keeping him at bay.
Here comes Freddie from the other side.
Whoa!
He lets Champion have it. Dundee's working from the other side. This match is spilling out all over the ring.
Get ready to go.
I think we may have to hit the ejection seats here in a second, Jerry. There's Dutch going down from the Dirty White Boy.
Slam. That could be it.
Here comes Dundee to assist. Now, order is restored for the moment. And
there with the point of the elbow. He's got Dutch in bad trouble now. Up the leg across him. Dutch needs to get a tag. He needs it quick, too. This could be it.
That's two.
Well, now here's Doug Gilbert. I believe this is the first time in the ring.
I think you're right, Jerry. He hasn't broken a sweat yet.
Oh,
here's a reversal from Dutch.
Calhoun's distracted. Come on, get around there.
Oh, he had him for more than what would have been a 3 count.
And the Dirty White Boy had Calhoun's attention distracted. He was holding him, and he couldn't see it.
Wow.
Now Dutch gets slammed, and Rock misses.
All right.
Oh, boy. Right on the hip.
Dutch can't make a tag, though. Keith Eric in now.
I'm sure that Eric would like to get a few licks in for what happened to him earlier.
You know that Keith Eric, he hadn't won many matches on TV, but brother, he's a gamer. He's in there struggling every time. This is the one guy it's easy to underestimate, but he is a good wrestler.
Now Dutch tries to get over and get some assistance, and here comes Dundee, and he's going to unload on him. Down he goes.
A lot of jabs. Uh-oh, watch it now. This could be a disqualification if Bill gets caught doing what I think he wants to do.
Dundee wants to
I don't know what he's going to
get him up.
I don't know what he's...
Oh, right into Freddie.
Yeah.
There's a 1-2 punch.
Here comes Jeff, the tag on Jeff Jarrett. A double something coming up, double backdrop. Oh, wow, landed right on that point of that knee. That could injure him. Jeff looking for a suplex now.
Jerry, you got to feel sorry for Keith. He's taking the brunt of the punishment from this tag team, and his partners are standing around and saying, hey, good luck to you, buddy.
Well, I'll tell you, just to be quite honest with you, I don't feel sorry for him. But what you say is exactly what's happening. His partners aren't really giving him a whole lot of help. Now Chris Champion wants in there.
He may not be a sympathetic individual, but you got to feel sympathy for the position he's in.
That's right. Woo-wee. Oh, for the big shoulder, and Jeff moved out of the way.
Put that shoulder right into the turnbuckle instead.
Wow, big right hand by Bill Dundee.
Got him back in the corner. Slings him all the way across, and
wow,
tries to slingshot.
Line Bill. That could be it. No, Bill kicks out of that. I thought he had him.
That was close.
They got 2 minutes left to go on the time limit here on this one. Oh, wow, they put the big boot right up in front of the turnbuckle there.
Puts Bill's forehead right into it. And now the Dirty White Boy is going to come in there and gang up with Champion with him for a moment. Into the air he goes, and down. Dirty White Boy drops the elbow on him once, twice, 3 times in a row. Now he's looking for the pin.
It's a 2 count. Bill kicks out. Oh, man, Bill and them need to win if they want to put this thing away. And Dirty White Boy and them, they need to win if they want to try to salvage a draw out of this situation. Oh, he's got that big size 12 right in his face.
Got that heel, the boot right in his throat.
Now, here's what they always have in mind. The referee gets distracted by one guy, and boy, they want to double
team.
But
They turn right around
here
and build him up. Watch yourself, Jerry. They're coming our way now. Now, here's Jarrett helping Dundee back to his feet. Now, these guys change their minds once they see that Dundee has some help.
1 minute left. 1 minute left to go in the action. Somebody needs to try to get a pin here.
The Dirty White Boy drags Bill over.
They may have him here. This could wind up in a draw. No, he kicked out just at the last minute.
Boy, I can't believe he found the energy.
We're looking at 30 seconds left. Here comes Bill.
Dundee
get a tag. Oh, he's got the tag already. They may be able to do something here.
Freddie comes in and unloads up. Well, now it's just turned into a free-for-all, Jerry. Freddie is letting Keith have it.
To go here.
Dundee has a Dirty White Boy out through the ropes.
Right out of the ring. All right.
And follows him out.
That's all the time. That's it. Time's up.
That's it. The time has expired. And this match dissolves into a melee.
We got to go. They say we're out of time. That's it. Hey, well, the action's still going on. We can't get them stopped. I'll tell you what. We'll see you back next week. Bob, thanks for being here with us.
Thank you, Jerry. So long, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of championship wrestling.